everybody, it's Keely here and a very warm welcome to my channel. If you haven't been here before, my name's Keely O'Brien and I produce cut and collage books. So I like to cut up my cut and collage books, as you do, and make them into art, which is kind of what I'm going to do on this channel today. So I have 3 books here that I've picked out some images from. The Antique Shop Ephemera one is very new out and haven't had a chance to use it very much, although I have cut some things out of it already. And there's a few bits and bobs from my pretty postal ephemera book. As you can see, I've had quite a go at that one with the scissors already. That's going to be in here. And also a few fish that I had left over from a collage a few weeks ago from my vintage marine life to cut out and collage book. And yeah, so just wanted to share those with you. They're all available on Amazon. Have a look in the description and you'll find a link to my Linktree shop, and in that shop you should just be able to click on the book you're interested in and it will take you straight to the Amazon in your country, or if you don't have Amazon in your country, it should take you to your nearest Amazon where you can order them. So that's fairly straightforward, I hope, and easy for you to do. Okay, if you are finding me on Amazon, I'd love it if you could follow my author page. That would be amazing. I'm trying to get to 1,000 followers. I was hoping to do it by the end of the month, but today is the 31st of March. As I am recording this, it won't go out today. But yeah, I was really hoping to hit 1,000 by then. I'm not quite going to make it, but perhaps by May, maybe during April, I can get from, I think I'm on 964 followers now, so it'd be great to get to 1,000. Give us a hand on that, would you? I'd love it if you did that. Right, back to the crafting. You might wonder why I've got these things here. These are some gel prints that I made a while ago, and they've got some stamping on them as well. As you can see, a few patterns and some flowers. And I'm all about pretty stuff at the moment. I'm working on a new book not as we speak because I'm talking to you, but today, for example, I have been working on a new book. It's super, 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 super pretty. I can't tell you how pretty it is, in my opinion anyway. So I thought I would try and stick with a really soft, pretty, feminine pink, let's call it pink theme today. And yeah, I want to work in my, and I've just noticed the covers all starting to fall to bits, in my brand new journal. I made the cover for part of this challenge. Today is day 18 of Mixed Media March 25, and yeah, I made this journal cover a few days ago, it was actually a couple of weeks ago, as I'm running rather behind, and I want to start working in it. And what I would love in this journal is lots of pretty vintage stuff. I think I have another journal which you can see in my other videos, very similar book, which is a steampunk journal, and I think I want this one to be a vintage one. You can see all the slightly vintagey patterns and the gel prints that I made the front cover and the back cover with. So I would love to make myself an ephemera holder. There is a pouch at the back here actually, which I'd forgotten about, that came with the book, and there's a few bits and bobs in there left over, so I'll probably finish that. But I think I would like to make some little shelves to tuck things into at the back there, but not today. So today I'm going to do a masterboard type background with these, and probably some patterns from, I think, perhaps my spring ephemera book. I'm going to get it off the shelf, have a look and see what I think would work. I want to keep it in that vintagey sort of theme, so let me do that now. This is the book I was talking about, Spring Patterns and Papers to Cut Out and Collage. And that's exactly the sort of thing I was looking for. So I'm going to have a bit of that one. And maybe that one as well with the blue background. Might even be enough. I think I'll avoid the polka dots. And I do love gingham, but I'm not quite sure if that's the right thing for this. There we have some good old butterflies, which I love to use. Hey, those are pretty, aren't they? I'd forgotten about that one. That might work rather well with this very warm pink colour scheme. Right, those are lovely, but I think they're perhaps a little bit large for a background. Hey, that would be good, wouldn't it? It doesn't draw the eye too much, but it gives a sort of a ground to work on with the other things. Right, I'm going to cut some of those out, and those are nice too. Anyway, I'm going to cut some of those out and have a little play. Here's what I've chosen. So I've got this handy tray for ephemera, and I just thought I'd throw it on the page, the ephemera, not the tray, and just see how this might pan out. I think I've probably just about got enough pieces, and if you've watched me before, you know how I love inking. It's just super satisfying. So I've got my Hickory Smoke archival ink, and I've just been starting to go around the edges. Yeah, I'm probably mad because there's loads of it to do, but I do enjoy it, and why not? Why the hell not? There's a bit more light on the subject for you. Hopefully you can see that a bit better. Okay, inking, and I'm going to start sticking these down. Well, good heavens above, that took me absolutely ages to get back to working on this project. So it was the 31st of March, I think, when I started this one. It's now the 9th of April. So, yeah, anyway, moving on. I thought I had filmed part of me making this before I went away at the weekend. I actually went to Scotland for a few days. Yeah, that was really good fun. Went to Glasgow, never been there before. So very exciting trip. And anyway, so I did a little bit of crafting on here, but I failed to video it for you because I did it in front of the telly the night before I went away. And so anyway, I'm afraid I've been playing without you guys, but I have completed what I think is a really, really pretty background for my journal page. It's not dissimilar to what I've done here, actually, if you look at the style of it. And what I've also now done is I have collected together and properly fussy cut lots of gorgeous little pieces from my cut and collage books. Now, I have ditched the fish. I think they were probably not going to work for this project. What was I thinking? Fish? Antiques? I know sometimes people have fish, like stuffed fish on the wall, don't they? Perhaps that was somewhere in my brain. But anyway, I clearly did need a holiday. Few days in Glasgow. Oh, I rescued that from a birthday card. I thought that might work as well. It's very pretty pink. So yeah, thrilled with my background. I didn't go with all the ones I just showed you, but I did go with this butterfly one and a couple of plainer ones and my jelly prints. Loving this rich dark pink. Definitely need to do some more jelly printing soon. Okay, so I now need to start arranging all these bits and bobs and think about how to get everything working together. Now, I do quite like a person as a focal point. I haven't inked any of these yet. There might be one or two that got inked and not used for previous projects. But yeah, I want a sort of layered look here. I've been working on, excuse me, the last of the collages for my new cut and collage book. So I'm very much in the mood for tucking images behind other images and sort of building up an overall sort of collage. Well, it is a collage basically. And yeah, I'm sort of in the mood for that, so let's see about tucking some things behind or perhaps just in front. Vintage and antique, that says. Ooh, I went shopping in Glasgow and I bought lots and lots of crafty things that I saw, because it has a very famous school of art which sadly burnt down a couple of years ago. Was it the School of Art? No, it was, I've forgotten his name, Charles Rennie Mackintosh. Yeah, anyway, I did see a building design by him, so that was exciting. And I have bought all of these bits and bobs because I don't live near a craft shop at all. These were in Anna and, what was I say? Anna and Clara, could be. Nice shop, sold all sorts of things. They've got loads of Easter bits and bobs, you know, eggs, chicks, lots of nice crafty things. But bought some gorgeous washi tape. And these letter stamps, which if you saw my previous video with the little plastic cake decorating stamps, I think these will be an awful lot easier to use. And so far, so good. And no, I didn't put them back in alphabetical order. Life is too short, but I'm sure I can find the ones I need. And they all fit in that little box. So I was super happy with that. And then I found this amazing art shop, sold all kinds of stuff. Oh, these were made in Japan, look. So I got myself some lovely washi tapes. I've never bought washi tape before, so these are a new thing for me. And what do you think? That pink and blue might go, or maybe these. So I might break those out in a minute, and we'll see. I think perhaps not the shiny ones for this project, although never say never. That might work, mightn't it? Let's see. Anyway, right, I need to get concentrating here. I think I want to put that over the edge, but I don't want the sort of, because they're going to get frayed, I don't want those bits sticking out. So what I may do is glue this page to the page behind, because there's a lot of pages in this book, and tuck those in so they're tucked in and nice and tidy. I might have a fiddle around with that off camera. And I also had this gorgeous vintage doorstep picture which was in the Postal Ephemera book, and look at the colours. And I was thinking it could go under there like that. I don't want to lose too much of these background pictures either, so let's just go a bit sensibly with this. At least a little bit of that to show. And that to me has quite a 1950s vibe. And this lady, isn't she cute? She's showing us some sort of ephemera antique thing. And yeah, I'd quite like her to be in this because of the colour of her blouse, and it's just got that very bright, fresh look to it, even though it's all vintage stuff. And there's quite a few gorgeous perfume bottles in my cut and collage book, so I think some of those would work very well with this. Super kind of feminine, very pretty. And I do love that kimono. I think I might need to include that. There's some little furniture pieces as well. How pretty is that table? This is the kind of thing I love. I haven't got room for all that kind of stuff in my home, but isn't it nice to be able to enjoy antique designs? Maybe that could go up there. Antique designs in a scrapbook instead of in real life. I can enjoy my love of antiques and vintage through making them in a book, which is the whole idea. Yeah, something like that maybe. What do you think? And the ballet shoes. A few more bits here. I'm not sure about the green leaves on there. I think that I might save that one for another time. I don't want too much of the other colours. Could go there. I've already got a teacup though, and a vase. Yeah, might leave that one. I've also got a pink picture frame. What do you think? Perhaps put the frame and something in front of it. That might work. I'll think about that. Anyway, now the next decision is, do I ink around the edges? Now, as you saw before, I started inking around all of those background pieces. So part of me thinks, yes, let's ink around the edges. And I did use my Hickory Smoke this time. So I've got my rounded ink dabber thingy. I think I'm going to do it. Although that, you see, I made that with those letters. That I've gone round with Vintage Photo. Oh no, what am I going to do? Which one? Vintage Photo or Hickory Smoke? If I do Vintage Photo, it's all going to look a lot warmer and rustier. If I do Hickory Smoke, it's going to look possibly a bit dirty. Oh, let's try it on. Let's just try a bit of Hickory Smoke on this stamp, which I may not use, and I can decide then what the edges look like. Because as usual, I haven't exactly planned what I'm going to make. I just like the creative process really, and just to see how. What do you think that looks like? Actually, that's not too bad, is it? There's that. Right, I think that butterfly I have been round. I think that, that looks like Hickory Smoke as well. Let's just do it. Hickory Smoke, because I use Vintage Photo far too much. And I really need to move away from it all the time. It's like eating your favourite food all the time. It's nice to play around and try different things. Yeah, I think that will work just fine. Who knows, maybe I've just discovered my new favourite archival ink colour. So, yeah, Glasgow, that was really interesting. So I went to a rugby match, believe it or not, and went to the Glasgow Art Gallery. It's a modern art gallery. That was quite interesting. I wouldn't say there was an awful lot in there that I got excited about, to be honest with you, because you know how I love my vintage and pretty things. There was a nice photo of some Andy Goldsworthy work though. I used to like doing Andy Goldsworthy type projects with the kids at school when I was a primary school teacher. So Andy Goldsworthy does sort of art in nature, where he makes gorgeous sort of art that you make and then the wind blows it away kind of thing. So he'll use leaves to make gorgeous sort of coloured circles, or the photo of the work that I saw, he sort of created all these circles in the mud just above, I think it was just above a stream. Did look really cool. But yeah, it was a modern art gallery, and there is a statue outside, which is a very well-known statue in Glasgow with, I think it was the Duke of Wellington. Perhaps I wasn't paying enough attention, but he always has a traffic cone on his head. So he's sitting up on his horse. It's a great big statue, like the sort that you see in, you know, city civic squares and so on. But he's always got a traffic cone on his head, and that's kind of become a symbol of arts in Glasgow, which I think the point is that every time the council took the traffic cone off, which would involve like health and safety regulations and a long ladder or something like that, every time they did it, somebody replaced the traffic cone almost instantly. So it's the kind of up yours to authority the tour guide told us, which was quite amusing. But yeah, so yeah, the tour guide, he was great. He looked a bit like Gandalf. Nice guy. We probably didn't do enough walking, but there was certainly a lot of talking, and certainly learnt something about a city that I've never been to before. There was some great meals. Had a gorgeous sushi dinner on Saturday night. That was amazing. Went to a whiskey distillery, because that's a thing in Scotland, Scotch whiskey. And so yeah, that was fun. Really nice lady showed our group how they distill the whiskey. What else did we do? Bit of shopping, tried to find some new trousers, couldn't find any, probably end up buying those online. Yeah, lots of food, that type of thing. It was really good, but what was amazing was the weather. It was stunning. I mean, it was absolutely perishing cold. There was a north wind, and you know, this is 5 hours on the train north of London, so it is quite a bit colder in Scotland if you're not familiar with it, weather-wise. So yeah, absolutely froze myself to pieces. It was so cold, especially at the rugby. And I met a lady in the loo after, well, half time, and we were both just trying to warm our hands up under the hand dryer, and we were just like, oh no, I don't want to go back outside again, it's just too cold. So it really was perishing. But anyway, it warmed up after that. But honestly, clear blue skies, absolutely stunning. Pretty much the whole time we were there, blue skies. So it was, we really did see Glasgow at its best, which was great. And then lovely sunny day, and got the train back down again through the Lake District, which is in the north of England, back down through the Midlands, and then back to sunny London. Right, I'm going to finish inking these and I'll be back in a bit. So another change of outfit denotes yet a different day. Gosh, this video's taken me a long time to finish. Anyway, I am playing about with my brand new washi tape that I bought in the beautiful art shop that I can't remember the name of in Glasgow. And it's just a really nice, pretty and easy way to sort of outline things, I think, and to make nice edges. I know people often stick it around the outside of things, but I actually just wanted to add a bit of a pattern and make that heading stand out a little bit more. Do you know what though? I wish that I had done the vintage and antique sign there that you can see that I'm just decorating in a darker colour. If I did this again, I would have done it in a much darker ink, because I used the that misty grey one, whatever it's called, and yeah, you can't really see it. I love this washi tape though. It's slightly see-through. It's very matte and feels lovely, but you can slightly see through it as well, which just makes it rather special. So I can definitely see me using a lot of the new washi tapes. I think I've probably got about, I don't know, 15 maybe. I did go to town a little bit. There wasn't much else in that shop for crafting purposes, I didn't think. Not the sort of crafting I do. Oh, there we go. would you mind just dropping me a like under this video? That would be fantastic. I would love to grow this channel and make it like massive, and well, not that massive, but it would be good, wouldn't it, to get out to more people. And ultimately, you know, it's so nice to have a thriving community of people who all love the same thing, and we can support each other, and I can share my books, obviously, and also my Ko-fi shop, which has got lots of gorgeous things starting to appear in it. There's some junk journal pages, and I really need to buy some more ink for my printer so that I can print them off and show you what's on there, because it's a bit hard to see what all the lovely things are unless you actually print them out. But the Ko-fi shop has printables of all sorts of things. They're not my books. My books are not available as printables on Ko-fi, I'm afraid, but some similar things, and I'm really hoping to use it to sort of give you extra resources. That some will be free, some you have to pay for, and yeah, extra resources to go with the books. So idea being, if you've bought one of my books, you can go to the back, use the QR code, get yourself over to my Ko-fi shop and see what other resources would go, you know, printables would go with the theme. So yeah, I know a few of you have asked me to do a book of backgrounds to go with the antique shop ephemera book, and I am working on it. I'm working on it, and I want to produce something really, really special. I've got quite a few ideas and starting to put those together for you. But I will put some pages as well on the Ko-fi shop, you know, random ones that would, you know, you can decide if you think they're backgrounds you're going to use. They could be for artist trading cards, or, you know, masterboard backgrounds in the style, excuse me, that I've used in this journal. Or you could use them for like postcards, junk journal pages, and, you know, print them off and actually make the whole thing into a junk journal. So yes, there's not so much actual small ephemera on there, although there are some fantastic labels. I'd forgotten about the labels. There are loads of labels on there in different colour schemes, so that you can, you know, maybe theme a junk journal with, by using the labels to sort of tie everything together. Well, I'm enjoying sticking all of these gorgeous little bits of ephemera down. And I do like to try and create balance and, you know, not put matching things too close together, so that your eye gets drawn evenly around the spread. Yeah, not sure about that butterfly. Right, I did have to go back to my book because I wanted a few very small pieces of ephemera to just fill in the spaces. And I was thinking about butterflies, but I use butterflies all the time, and you know, antique shops don't tend to have butterflies flying around inside them, except on the odd occasion. But some tiny pieces of ephemera that I did think would go fantastically well to just fill in the gaps and make it pretty. Add a little bit of soft colour with these vintage crystal wine glasses. And if you've never drunk out of a crystal glass, they are just magical to use. They make a lovely ringing sound if you touch them, ding, and so much nicer than the sort of cheap, thicker, chunkier, more durable, to be fair, more durable sort of glasses that you can buy these days, you know, in the supermarket, or I don't know, in the UK we have John Lewis or Marks and Spencer's sell those sorts of things, but they're just not the same as the proper crystal glasses, and they're not really in fashion anymore, but I love drinking out of them. I think it makes the whole thing more of an event, more of an occasion, and try not to break them. We've got granite worktops in our kitchen, and it's so easy to break things. First thing I did when we moved to this house was I managed to break one of my partner's beautiful little coasters made of, I'm not sure what, but I think they came from his sister's trip to China, I think, some valuable thing that was a family, gift, and I managed to drop one of those even before the first night in the new house on the day we moved in. And yeah, I was in the doghouse for that one. It's the granite worktops, they're a nightmare. But anyway, I loved the crystal glasses. Once I decided where to put them, they sort of acted as butterflies, if you like, just little colourful pieces that you can slot in and just pretty everything up. So I wish I'd done more of those. I might have to, if I do a second book, I'll definitely think about doing some more little simple items like that, because I think I will use them, and that probably means you will use them too and find them handy. Anyway, there we go. What do you think? Let me know in the comments. And what about the pink and blue colour scheme then? Even if you're not a pink person, I think this is just such a pretty theme. And yeah, everybody needs a little bit of pink sometimes, don't they? There you go. There's my Ko-fi label. So if you would like to pop over to my Ko-fi shop, the link is down below, and check out some of the things that I have. I'm adding to it as often as I get time for. And yeah, I hope you like what's there. So you can help yourself to the freebies. I do change what the freebies are. Things aren't free forever. But please, guys, they're just for personal use. I don't mind if you make junk journals and sell them. You can do those as long as they're like one-of-a-kind handmade ones. That's fine. But please don't share the files with other people. By all means, send them to my shop if you think they're going to like that kind of stuff. But please don't just put the files on Facebook and stuff for anybody, because that's not what they're there for. Anyway, I decided to tuck that ribbon down the back of the page, and I was lucky that time. I smoothed it all out and it all worked and went nice and flat, not wrinkly. So there we go. I think that is really adorable. Perfume bottles, ballet shoes, vases, jugs. And what did I forget to do? I forgot to put the number 18 on my piece of artwork. Now where am I going to put it? Down there, up there, I think down here. There's a 1. These are just from Poundland. See if we can get the 8 off in one piece. Just about. There we go, because it is hashtag Mixed Media March 25, even though it's now April, but there you go. Right, now that looks finished, doesn't it? I think. Excellent. I've just filmed this for TikTok and put it on there, so it's had quite a few views already. If you're on TikTok, check me out. It's Crafting with Keely. I've also got Steampunk Keely there on TikTok as well, so you might see my stuff over there. Anyway, everybody, thank you so much for tuning in, and if you made it to the end, well done. Thank you. Thank you for watching, and I look forward to seeing you for day 19. Hopefully I'll get a bit more of a run at it now, and yeah, hopefully be back with you again very soon. Have a brilliant day. Take care, everyone. Bye.